Hey there, so today's video is actually going to be a tag video, which I don't do very many of, but they're kind of fun to do. And I had a tutorial ready for this week, but it didn't turn out like I'd planned, and I just wasn't happy with it, so I didn't want to put it out there for you guys if I wasn't happy with it. So today I'm doing the Seamstress Tag, and I've seen this on YouTube, and I thought it'd be a fun thing to do. I wasn't tagged personally by anybody, but I just wanted to do it anyway, and then I can tag some people. So there are 12 questions about sewing, I guess, and your sewing life, so let's just get right into it. So the first question is, who are you? And so if you don't know me, my name is Cheryl, and I have this channel, Fairylow, and welcome if you're new. I'm from Missouri, and I've been sewing for a while. Actually, I think that's the next question, so I won't answer that yet. I don't really know what else there is to tell about me. I'm 20 years old. Yeah, I think that's about it. So the second question is, when and why did you start sewing? So when I started sewing, I'm not entirely sure what age I started. I want to say like, 8 or 9, maybe 10. Why did I start sewing? I don't remember exactly why. I think maybe my mom and I were making stuff for something, and I saw this, scrap fabric she had, and I got really intrigued by it. So I just started making stuff and piecing stuff together, and making these ratty little dresses and stuff. So that's how I started. And then I was in 4-H, which is a community organization. If you don't have 4-H in your area, that's what it is. It's like you participate in different events, and one of them was a fashion event. My Nana does a lot of sewing, so she helped me, and we made this top, and I think that really got me sparked an interest. Like, I can actually make something from this piece of fabric, and it can become something I can wear. So that was really fascinating to me, I guess, and I guess that's why I started sewing. So I've been sewing for a good 10 years. I'm not entirely sure that's accurate, but I'm gonna say it. So question number 3 is, what is your favorite / proudest make? I have a lot of things that I've made that I'm really happy with and really proud of. One of the things that I'm really proud of and how it turned out is another thing I made for a contest. I was in FCCLA, which, if you don't know what that is, it's an organization in high school, and it's kind of like a home ec organization, but there are several different kinds of events you can enter in the competitions. One of them was a fashion event, and so I decided to enter that my senior year, which was 3 years ago. 3 years ago. I decided to make a gown for it, and I will insert a picture here so you can see what I'm talking about. And I had this idea in my mind that I wanted to do all these little chiffon squares on the skirt. So I made the top out of like a silvery, I think it was actually an upholstery material, but I really liked how it looked. So that was the top, the bodice, and then the skirt was just white underneath, and I used all these gray squares of chiffon and tacked them on just at the top corner so they kind of look like diamonds. That was quite a process. So all the chiffon squares, my mom helped me. We had a process going. We fray checked all the edges of the squares, and then when they were dry, I tacked them on. I'm the type of person that I really like the detail work, and by detail work I don't mean hemming and things like that. I hate hemming. Hemming is the worst. But I mean like adding those little details like the squares, watching the whole thing to come together, I really enjoy. So putting all those together, it did take a long time, and it was a pain, but I really like how it looked in the end. So that's one of my proudest ones, probably because it was so much work gone into it. There's a lot of things I made I'm really happy with, even for this channel. Question number 4, what is your most disastrous make? The most disastrous make was probably one of my first few pieces. This ratty little dress, but as far as actually getting into sewing and sort of knowing what I'm doing, that's difficult. I've made a lot of terrible stuff. Oh, I know one that's pretty bad. I will try to insert a picture if I take it on my mannequin, because I went to New York a few years ago, and I went to Mood, and I was like, I have to get some fabric from Mood. So I got this stretchy hot pink material. I don't know why I picked it. I think it was cheap, the cheapest one I could get. But I got this stretchy, almost swimsuit material, and I tried to make one of those dresses where it's the skirt and then the two pieces come and cross over. I don't know. I'll try to insert a picture like I said, but it just turned out terrible. I still have it because I haven't reused the fabric for something, because I'm gonna definitely reuse it. That's why I kept it. That's probably not my most disastrous one, but that's one I can think of, and I know I have it. So Yeah, that was pretty bad. So there's one of them. Number 5, where is your favorite place to go fabric shopping? I don't really have a lot of options to go fabric shopping where I live. I've got Joann's and Hobby Lobby and different craft stores like that. So I guess probably Joann's. It's got the most variety and all the different kinds. So yeah, probably that. 6, what is your most used pattern? This is kind of difficult for me because I don't really use patterns all that often. I kind of just fly by the seat of my pants, which is what gets me in trouble. One pattern I used to use a lot is a bodice pattern I got from Proudest. It was free. I actually linked it in my ball gown video as one that you could use. So I used to use that one a lot because I used to make all those dresses like that. But like I said, I don't really use patterns that much. Okay, number 7, what is your most dreaded sewing task? So probably my most dreaded is, depending on the project, it's either cutting it out because I'm terrified I'm going to mess it up. If it's, you know, something really big or really important like a gown, you know, out of this expensive material or something like that. So either cutting it out or hemming and like those kind of details. So because hemming is just can be a pain, and then if it doesn't look good it can ruin the whole thing, make it look terrible. So probably hemming or cutting it out. Definitely my most dreaded. Number 8, and your favorite sewing task. So my favorite sewing task, like I said, is like those detail things, like the chiffon squares, things like that. I also just like putting the pieces together, like the bodice pieces for a dress or something. I really like putting those together and just, you know, sewing them and just watching them come together. Number 9, what is your favorite sewing entertainment? So when I'm sewing and doing my videos and stuff, I think the thing I use the most is probably just listening to music. Listen to music a lot. And if it's like a really long, tedious process, like for my cactus sweater, tying all those little knots, just watching a TV show or a movie or something like that. Okay, question 10. Printed or PDF? So I assume this means for patterns, and I like printed ones. It's easier to go by the directions and everything like that. I'm not really sure on that question what it means. Maybe it means directions. I do prefer printed though because you don't have to keep like, you know, in your computer or your phone, like it'll go black after a while if you haven't touched it. So I like the paper, although, you know, wasting paper. So, and it depends on, you know, how long it's gonna take. 11, what sewing machine do you use? So my sewing machine is a Singer, and it's a Singer Simple, and I got it a few years ago. I used to use my mom's old sewing machine, but now I use this one, and I got it a few years ago for Christmas when I was really getting serious into sewing, and I love it, and yeah, it's my baby. So that is the sewing machine I use. I'm really happy with it. It has a lot of different stitches you can do, and it's worked really well for me. Alright, so the last question, number 12, do you have any other hobbies? Besides sewing, I guess it would be, you know, the whole video thing, video editing and doing all that stuff for my channel. Just the usual things, reading, sewing and crafting, and this video thing is really my biggest hobby, so I don't really know any other hobbies that I have, just other crafts in general, I guess. So there it is, the Seamstress Tag. So I will put all 12 questions in the description box in case you want to do it, and I highly encourage you to do it. So I'm just going to tag a few people, and if they want to do it, that's great. If they don't, that's fine. So I'm going to tag Washi. I've done collaborations with her before. I'm going to tag Craft Guyver, Cynthia from Craft Guyver. I'll also tag Jenny B from Crafty Geeky, and a couple people, I don't know if they'll see it, I'm going to tag Annika Victoria and KL from Secret Life of a Bio Nerd, because I think they would be really good to watch the Seamstress Tag. And then anybody else who wants to do it, I encourage you to do it, and let me know so I can watch it. So thanks for sticking around. If you've made it through this whole video, it might not have been super exciting. I thought it was a kind of fun thing to do. Since I do sewing and everything like that, I thought it'd be a fun thing to just kind of tell you guys about my sewing life and maybe get to know me a little bit better. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully there will be a tutorial next week. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!